Welcome to the Hostile Zone.
Use your voice, somebody hears you.
Welcome to the Hostile Zone. You're with the infamous and dangerous and always in your face, Eric A. Sonati. Eric Andrew Sonati with a really big A. Who?
Eric Sonati, of course.
Right here on the Hostile Zone, right here on Sonati Nation Radio, only on iHeart. I'm accompanied by, who finally is returned from all this recording, the lovely vocalist, Miss Bianca C.S.E.A. Like the ocean. Welcome, Bianca.
Thank you for having me, Bianca C. That's me. Wait. Had to
Yeah,
make sure this dust was coming off.
Dust it off.
Just
Dust it
kidding.
off. Wow. We've been having tech issues while you weren't here, but we
Really?
had shout out to Zach. Yell out, hey Zach, say hi. Hey, I hope that he's not mic'd up today, but he will be. We have a brand new technician person here. Hopefully, he will get us through, an engineer. Hey, Carrie, are you there? Welcome to the show, Carrie.
Why, yes, I am here. Glad you had Bianca back.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, she's got.
I feel so welcome.
Yeah.
I missed you guys too.
I hear background on that. Anyway, today's topic is a good topic, I think. So today's topic is actually interesting. It's the soft life versus the hustle.
The hustle.
Are
okay.
we as Americans, or we as people in general, America, because America first, are we becoming too comfortable?
I think so. I
Right.
think we are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got some people don't have that drive anymore.
Right. They just think that everything is the quick. I mean, listen, I'm all for instant gratification. I want to see result, but I also invest in my future, invest in what it is that I'm doing. So it doesn't have to happen at this direct moment. But let's get into it, folks. That's what we're going to dive into today. So again, welcome to the Hostile Zone, where we don't just sugarcoat reality. We sure as hell don't romanticize it either. So lately, social media has been flooded with new mantra, the soft life. No stress, no struggles, just good vibes. I mean,
I like good vibes.
Who doesn't love good vibes? But let's be real. Life is not all good vibes. And I feel that if you tell that to everybody, they were expecting everything to be great. So when something fails, they fail. So
I have a good saying though.
a generation rejecting the grind and embracing ease. And I think that it's interesting, even with Z-Dog here, Zach, we're all around in the same age group. So we both see the ease of life now. And we also see what it was like to hustle and learn and be tough, to hit the grit, the grind, the grit and grind.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a good topic, I think.
I think so too. I have a good saying about it
What's
too.
that?
When the world is tough, the world keeps on turning no matter what.
Actually, the world does keep turning, but do you know that that's why we have a leap year, because it actually turns a little different, a little faster than we thought. And did you know that the Earth is not round? Flat Earthers out there, don't bot and troll me. Hey, I thank you to my bots and trolls because you raise our rankings.
Wait, you got to tell me, are you one of those? Or
I want to
Come
throw it out
on.
there. No, it's honestly not that. The truth of the matter is
I'd be
that
walking out right now if that was
no. We should put that, Carrie, somewhere out there for clickbait to get people to jump in on iTunes or Apple, iHeart, wherever they listen to us. No, the Earth, honestly, Z-Dog, did you know the Earth wasn't really round? Okay, so let me tell you. Actually, the gravitational pull and the metallic core of the Earth is what helps to turn. The Earth is compressed. It's actually more oval. It's more like an egg sideways.
I believe that a little bit.
It's like an egg sideways, except with more round on the side, but it's compressed. And here's another piece, and it's not on my notes. And Carrie just loves when I go off the script. And then this is what I'm saying, Zach. Z-Dog, when you get here, you'll see I fall into a C hole, a Sonati hole. I can just talk.
And then I gotta fish
and I'm
you
going to
out.
cut it off because I still got more to say. But other thing I was going to say, and I forgot. There you go. We moved on. And Sonati forgets things. On the other side of the hustle culture, on the other side of the thing, the hustle still is alive. And I use that word. And have you heard that before, Z? You've heard hustle? Oh, yeah. But when you say that sometimes, they think of it, the new term of hustle, where you're like a scammer, you're cheating, you're trying to hustle a game on somebody.
That's not true, though.
When I grew up, and I always brag, I went to Catholic school. I don't hide my religion. I'm not running around shoving it in your face. But the best education I got was in Catholic school, and they taught us to hustle, to grind, to work hard. And you had 3 jobs, 4 jobs at once. Maybe that's why I own 2 shows and several other things, because I hustle hard. I also want to relax, but you have to hustle. There's either side. I mean, I guess there was two sides to a penny.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather two sides to my Benjamin Franklin than a penny. So there's your hustle. But the mindset is work is life and the rest is weak.
Mm.
You work to live, but you live to work.
Okay.
So what do you say on that? What say you? That was good. That wasn't in there. You weren't ready for that, were you?
No, I wasn't.
I sandbagged Miss Bianca C today, folks.
I was just busy looking at the coffee for it to not spill over.
The coffee's not going to spill. No coffee, don't worry.
But you know what? Everything happens.
You know what, yeah. And it wouldn't be a regular day if we didn't have a tech issue, and it would be. Now she jinxed it, Z. You're going to be cleaning coffee and fixing electrical. No, really.
Yeah.
But really, and we totally lost where we were on that. You killed me on that last one.
All
So,
right.
what was the... I was talking about the week,
We're having
the
too much
hustle.
fun. That's what
But honestly, have you, AZ, you've heard it when they say hustle, people, you understand both sides, right? You see that you hustle hard, you got to beat the grind, you got to work hard. And then when you hear somebody's hustling and you're thinking they're hustling on the corner. Because I've said that to people before. I guess there is a different game of hustle, but my idea of hustle is that you work hard and you have three different things going at one time. Kind of like what they say, you throw and beep. I can't say that word because we're radio. You throw it on the wall and it splatters, something will stick. So you just throw everything you got out there and something is going to make it.
Or be like, come on, guys, hustle, hustle, hustle.
Again, you got me there. You did. You got me.
Go.
I mean, you've heard that before, though, honestly? Yeah.
All the time.
And you seem that kind of guy. Like, hey, you're willing to roll up your sleeves and you want to learn everything. And that's good.
Yeah.
But today, that's not really how people see things. So, I mean, I don't know. So tonight we're going to actually break down the battle. And there is a battle. And the battle between ambition versus relaxation. Trust me, I enjoy relaxation, but I have a lot of ambition. We're going to talk about the virtue of influencers to the corporate backlash. So let's get into it. As always, I got to start with the relevant, famous quote of the day.
Okay, what's the quote?
So Z, we start every time with a quote, and I end it with a quote, and then the joke of the day is on you today. You didn't know that? I'm warning you now. You're the butt joke at the end. Relevant quote of the day, folks. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. Oh, I love it. Oh, and I love that quote too. I like him. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That's a good one. Tim Noki, or Noti. No, I don't actually pronounce. I know who he is. How do you pronounce that? Notke. Carrie. Tim Noti. You have it in front of you. Who is that?
Notke.
Notke. Did I get the name? Did I pronounce it correctly?
I think it's Noki.
Yeah.
Noki.
I actually know. I looked the quote up. Yeah, you do know.
So
I
is
looked
the
up,
T silent?
I guess so. I know who he is. I seen it and I like the quote. But anyway, folks, you got me. One time donkey's wrong. Yeah. Okie dokie. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, you'll be playing with those buttons soon. So let's get into it, folks. We're going to actually, before we get into it, right here at iHeartRadio, we're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. Commercial break. We got to pay the bills. We got to pay Zach.
At the Rembrandt Law Firm, we understand the importance of your constitutional rights. We truly care that we must get a client their desired result. If your freedom is compromised in any way, you call us. We do immigration, state and federal criminal defense, personal injury, bankruptcy, DWIs, family law, real estate law. We want you to be confident in our ability to represent you.
Welcome back. The Hostile Zone right here on Sonati Nation Radio, only on iHeartRadio. You're back. We're talking about being soft or having to hustle? Are you soft or hustle?
I think I'm mid.
Man,
I like to be comfortable, but I also sometimes if I get bored, I do hustle.
right. I mean, I know Zach is I know you're a hustler. And Carrie, Carrie's been hustling for years, and Carrie's ready to slow the hustle down. She needs you to learn, Z-Dog.
And I gotta say, I'm always surrounded by hustlers.
Right, and that
Always.
truly is the best way. You're surrounded by weak people. You're surrounded by people that don't have any motivation. Then what motivates you? Although, and I'm going to get right back on talking points. If you're around a lot of people that are not motivated, it kind of makes you easier to be motivated because you're like, I want to be like this guy. And you're with a bunch of people on the couch smoking weed all day. You're like, I need better than that. So I don't know. For me, I like to be with positive people. I like to be with people better than me, smarter than me. So I'm always chasing them to be better than them. Okay, so anyway, talking points tonight, folks. Number one, the soft life movement. Apparently, it's a movement. I didn't know this was a movement, but it's a movement. The soft life movement. Real freedom, or is it an illusion? I don't know. Virtual trending. People are literally hashtagging soft life and hashtag lazy girl jobs. Yes, folks, I'm not making that up. These are trending. Those hashtags are out there. I don't know why somebody would be like that, but I guess it's the influencer world, right?
I guess so.
Which is so much. We've covered. If you're a fan of the show, and don't forget to come back Thursday night for Eric A. Sonati Unplugged, only here, Sonati Nation Radio on iHeart, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and you can get it every podcast platform. But they say most of these influencers truly don't actually. They go in and they'll buy it, keep the receipt, film a couple of pictures, and then return it. And they actually, I saw some behind the scenes
Is that
footage.
the new thing now? Because in my time, it used to be like you buy the dress and then you say the tag and you go out to the special occasion.
They showed a video of a girl that did that
and
with
then you could return it back because of the policy.
she forgot to put the tag away in her own influence video.
I gotta say, I did that once in my life, and never again. I felt so guilty.
Have you ever
after that.
worn anything, Z-Dog, and you returned it intentionally?
Nah.
I think that's more of a girl thing because, oh my God, I would be so careful if, like going out with people drinking. So you would be so afraid if something spilled on you. I'm like, oh my God.
Off script, you know what that reminds me of? Hey, Z-Dog, you know you remember the TV show King of Queens?
Yeah.
Kevin James, I love that guy. Awesome. Got to get him on the show. Actually,
Kevin
shout out to you, Kevin. I need you on the show. I haven't talked to him in like 2 years. Kevin, next time I'm in LA, which will be soon, we're going to chat. Anyway, there was an episode on King of Queens where Carrie was going out, his wife was going out shopping, and it was an addiction, and she found out the loophole, quote unquote. Carrie's going to kill me. I'm more
Found the loophole.
And she was like buying clothes, and she counted how many places had how long it was to return it. So she knew she had a whole room dedicated. One section was like 30 days. One was 14. So then she went to her boss's party, and so he was like, feed my kid, and it was mashed.
It was blueberries.
Mashed blueberries. And Doug was like, oh my God. And the kid was about to throw up, and Doug grabbed the kid. It was great. All right, not in my butt. Yeah. See, this would be soundbox time for you. Like we got all the screaming sounds. Anyway,
oh my God, that part was so funny.
I loved it. You watch that show,
was.
Zito? Yeah, it's a great show, isn't it? Yeah. You know what I like about that show, and then we're gonna move on. I know every episode by heart. That and Everybody Loves Raymond.
And
I know
Friends.
all of them. And Friends. You know all of them, so you can go lay down. Like, are you a TV person when you sleep?
Yeah.
I don't like. I like it. I don't like. I'm from the military. I
like
have
the white noise to
Yeah, I
it.
have like ringing in my ears.
Yeah.
Right, I can hear my ringing louder than her right now. That's how bad my tinnitus is. Really, seriously.
Wow, I'm sorry.
So and I traumatic ring. I have all that stuff. So I have the sound. I put that on because I don't pick my head up to look because I already know what's going to be said. And
So do you?
she put on
dream
one
like-
time a show I enjoyed, and then I stayed up all night.
Do you dream like in your dream, like when you're like hearing it? Because
So you-
sometimes
how
I
would you
feel
do
like
that,
I do like dream like I'm Carrie or something.
I used to watch. I listen. I'm a fan. We're a Fox affiliate. Shout out to Fox. Hey, now I don't want to talk about Jesse. We'll talk to you another day, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
But we leave him alone. So, but I had on. I'm obviously a fan of Fox. I left it on, and I seriously woke up at like PTSD, like listening to all the wars and stuff in the country. So,
Oh no.
so yeah, like it's kind of like what you were just saying. You think you're somebody else.
Mhm.
You don't want to listen to that or like the weird stuff on the History Channel. I love the History Channel. Shout out to History Channel.
I
Love
know
them.
we're like so going off the topic.
Yeah, we're going off the topic. Anyways, but the influencer.
Let me get you back in the seat.
Yeah,
Out of the seahole.
that's your job, Zach, is to un-seahole me once in a while. And you know, now that you got a mic, just jump in.
I feel like I've
You're
been
right,
laughing
you're
even
really
more
good. You're
lately.
really good. You're
It's
doing great.
unbelievable.
But seriously, and you know what? Here's the thing: you really can make a lot of money, especially. I mean, you can make a lot of money as an influencer. You can, and people making money on YouTube and stuff. But it's really not as easy. And Carrie, help me out here. You've been in Hollywood for many years, and you've been with us for a while. How hard, this is a 55-minute show, and we do it every day. How much work do we put? It's a lot. And right or wrong, Carrie, how hard is this?
For a 55-minute show, we do about 3 hours, and then I edit for 2 or 3 hours after that.
Yep. And
It's
that's
a lot of work.
and
And
that's
we
the
appreciate
time.
every work
Yeah,
you do.
and she's
Carrie.
wonderful. No, she's great. But and then on top of that, I'm writing. I come up with the topics. I discuss them with Zach now. I discuss it with Bianca. I let Carrie know.
Yes.
Then I prepare teleprompter. I prepare notes, and then I prepare teleprompter notes. I distribute them to my team. I do all that on my own. So it's a lot of hours. So folks, yes, you can make a lot of money as an influencer. We're not influenced, but I'm just saying just the fact being on TV and radio, it takes a lot. It just doesn't show up and look great. There's makeup involved. There's wardrobe. It's just a lot of stuff.
It is.
So, but
if you could see what it looks like right now, like
if we could have a behind the scenes shot, you would really. There's TV, there's cameras, there's lights, there's wires. But Zach is gonna fix all the wires. They flaunt all their fancy stuff. Well, no, you're not. Rolex does not. We want Zach. I want Rolex. Since I just flashed it on the screen, they should pay me for that. But seriously, they make it look easy, these influencers. But
really does.
But they do. A lot of them get caught. They get caught. There was one recently that the girl was standing outside of a Louis Vuitton store, and somebody recognized her as a TikToker or whatever, and TikTok and Instagram, whatever. They saw her doing the fake photos with somebody, and then they didn't say anything, but they photoed her doing what she was doing, and then they waited till she put out what she put out, and then they dumped the behind the scenes that she never bought it, and they followed her into the store and everything. When she was pretending to shop, she bought nothing. Great. I don't want to shout her out, and actually I haven't seen this girl in a while, so probably that destroyed her career.
Well, you can't believe everything you see on social media because they might have like the perfect house or the perfect. Sometimes it's not even their house or the perfect car. It's not even their car. They probably rented it.
Yep, they do that. Rentals, right?
I remember you like with the rental.
Yeah.
The Hemi.
Yeah.
He's like,
I rented.
And the guy comes up. He's like, oh, awesome car. He's like, it's a rental.
Yeah, we were in. Quick story. We were in Myrtle Beach, right? And we were doing some. You were singing. You were going to sing, and we were coming from Jersey, and we went to Myrtle Beach. And when I went to the car rental place, I just wanted to get a car. The guy's like, he gave me a Hemi Z. It was a Hemi. And it was like, and because of like due to the Screen Actors Union and stuff, it was like $13 a day.
Oh, I wanted to quote. He was driving the speed limit, just so you guys know, with the car
right.
controls,
It's the statute. I'm a lawyer. Statute of limitation won't pass. I'm not gonna tell you where, when, but it won't pass. So anyway, I'm on the highway, and this thing just, you know what they sound like. So I'm ripping this thing on the highway, and somebody pulls up next to me, and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, it's a rental. That's what she's talking about. Okay, anyway.
It was just funny.
And then when I returned it, end of story. When I returned it, the guy at the rental place at Myrtle Beach Airport, I'm not going to say which one, he said to me, so did you beat on it? And I'm like, no, of course not. And he laughed and smiled. He goes, come on, I'm a retired cop. If you didn't beat on it, you're a fool. I'm like, I killed it. He's like, I know it. He gave me a fist bump, and I went home. All right, anyway, so back to statistics. So everybody's claiming to be wealthy and blah, blah, blah. It's really not real. Here's a percentage, because you know what? When you're with Sonati, you get numbers and percentages. 65% of Gen Zers prefer jobs with flexible hours over higher salaries. That's based on a study from LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a major professional network. If you truly are looking for work and you want to actually be on a social network where it'll better your life and your career, and you can't just randomly friend people, LinkedIn is where it's at. I talk to all my celebrities through there. So that's where that statistic came from. Now, I concur, and I don't even know what generations we all are, because I do know what generations technically we should be, but we're all like crossover to generation that there's a blend. So like, and there's new names like Zennials. Hey, Carrie, have you heard of a Zennial where it's a Z and a millennial?
I think I'm a Zennial.
I know.
Yeah, because
it's not a lot.
See, like Generation X goes back way far. At the very end, it's like a crossover with generation and
I'm
they
definitely
change a
between.
millennial. It's very weird because here it is, Z, and well, everybody here, Carrie too. Do you remember your life without a cell phone? Do you remember in school without a computer?
Oh, yeah.
So you know how to find something without a computer,
Yeah.
and you know how to communicate without a cell phone, and you knew your home phone number in your head
Yeah.
and your friends' numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Carrie did,
Not everybody
and you
knows
did,
that.
right? So
yeah, of
we all
course,
did.
Yeah.
So that's why I think we truly should be our own generation because we're the last generation here to know that.
Mhm.
We're the last. Nobody else knows that. Let's be real. Most of the people we talk to don't know life without a computer, an iPad, and GPS. Holy crap. Do you know how to use a map?
Yeah.
So you know what, when you open a map and it says page whatever, G12, you know what that means. Right? Thank you. Boom. So
Yeah.
Rand McNally, right? Everybody had a Rand McNally fold-up map in there. And there you go.
You
All
have to.
I like this guy, man.
My
Good
dad-
call, Kerry. You hired a good one.
Yeah.
I like you. All right. So, so the promise of passive income for the folks out there that don't know, if you're watching and listening, passive income is continually like making money. Like
Mhm.
we make royalties from the show. And the show is publicly accessible. Look it up. The value of the shows is pretty well, and they come monthly, quarterly. iHeart pays, Spotify. You know, that is passive, meaning I don't have to do anything anymore for that money. Your music, you don't have to do anything anymore, and that's great when you're making a ton of passive. But you still need to hustle. Passive income does create financial freedom. That's why some people go into like insurance industry, like life insurance, or et cetera, because as long as that person continues, you're getting paid. Kind of same thing in this business. When somebody has a commercial or something that we're involved in producing, it continues to pay.
Right.
And every network that wants to air our show, they pay a royalty. Everybody that's involved gets that. So it does sound great. It's the promise of freedom. And you know, America is paved in gold. It truly is. We are the finest nation in the world. We always will be. But you have to work for it. Nothing's free. So yes, it's not effortless. And that's pretty much the key where we're going. Luxury is enticing, but how realistic is it for the average person? Everybody thinks it's the average person that can do that, but it's really not. You have to work really hard. You heard it from Carrie, you heard it from me. You put a lot of time in.
I mean, I think every wealthy person I've ever met, they always they don't buy materialistic like
Yeah, they're
things,
like,
to
look
be
at Elon
honest.
Musk. He's a
Yeah.
minimalist. You know what I mean? And then I'll give you another one that I know from on set, Tom Cruise.
Mhm.
Experience with him on set. The guy is the first one. Carrie, have you ever worked on any of your movies or anything?
Say that again. On what?
Have you worked with Tom Cruise on any of the sets before? Like
No.
Okay, because I know you've been a lot of things. I wasn't sure if you had him. I've worked with him on 2 different sets. The guy is the first one to show up for everything, and he's the last one to leave. And then I was talking to some of his
I've
people.
read that.
You know, he's a cool guy. I talked to him on set. The 2 different things we did together. But he was really the first one there, and he's a perfectionist. And I went up to like his guy, like you would be with me. Is he really like that? Like, dude, the guy doesn't sleep. He doesn't sleep. So he's got, and he doesn't ever need to work again. Let's be real. How many Top Gun alone probably set him down for life. He is a true hustler. Whatever you think about Scientology, we're not going there. But the fact is,
He's a great actor.
that's passive income, but he works hard. So the
And
hustle.
doesn't he do some of his stunts too?
He does all of his own.
All of it?
Actually, here's a point. Don't seem, homie. You know that he's dyslexic.
know?
He can't read. So somebody reads to him the scripts and he memorizes. And they tried to actually write it backwards for him, but it just didn't work. So he literally memorizes it based on you. Like if you and I were here and you read me this everything.
Well, that's
That's
another
insane.
part of the brain for memory. So
That's
like
insane.
he's very
But
sharp.
Elon Musk has autism, or I think it's autism on the spectrum of autism. But he's brilliant. I don't know. Anyway,
You know, that goes to show you, if you have a flaw of yourself, you always gotta enhance it and work with it. So
make it
that's
work for you.
Make it work
Yeah.
for you. Yes.
Make it work for you. Yeah, and you know, shout out to other people out there. If you have a disability, you have
Don't
whatever
let
it
it
is.
stop you. Whatever
It's a
you
disability
want to do in
only
life.
if you let it be a disability.
Mhm.
Elon Musk, I watched his mom do an interview the other day. This guy, they thought that he was like terrible as a kid. Turns out he's brilliant. So he's a little bit socially awkward. And here's one. I'm going to throw it in, not on the notes, and then we're going to get right back in.
Yeah.
When he did that quote, the fist on the chest like Adolf Hitler, they claimed it.
Oh, I've heard.
He's socially awkward. He was super excited that his guy won, and here he is making a speech in front of the world when he was told his whole life as a child something's wrong with you.
Mhm.
He's a little socially awkward. It wasn't a Hail Hitler
I know.
thing. It was
when
it was
I saw
like,
that,
you know what I mean?
I
Like,
really
that,
didn't get
it
that
was like a
vibe.
hit to my chest. Like, yeah, I made it. I did it, mom. Moment. You know, it was.
You know,
I hate some of these legacy.
I think that was just like a pat on the back for him.
Yeah, good for you.
That's
Good
what
for
I
him.
thought.
Good for him.
I never got that Hitler vibe.
Yeah, good for him.
People, like,
He's
are
helped,
so,
and
like,
you know what?
trying
He's
to
helped
find
out our
things.
show. Thank you, Elon. And that plug to him, you to be nice, was not because you've helped us, because truly, he's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
And one little plug on him too, which I think is great. It's not really a plug. It's true. Did you see his smart home? It folds up and it rides on a tractor trailer, and they bring it to where you're going to go. And they have communities and it's free shipping if you live close to Vegas and Arizona. And it goes to your house, and if they build it, and it's all electric, and it comes with a Tesla, and you can get it for $10,000 with the Tesla. It's like 30. That ain't crazy. And he lives in one himself. That's why I want to plug it, because he's a minimalist. When he wears the Occupy Mars shirt and dresses with his leather jacket, he really does. He lives like that.
Well, everybody has their staple pieces too, you know, like
I'm all for Occupy Mars.
Steve Jobs Steve Jobs also was known for his turtleneck, right, and jeans,
and even Zuckerberg. You know? Zuckerberg with all his money.
I was gonna say, a lot of people that are always successful always has their staple pieces.
See, that's where you come in with your entertainment.
And I'm saying, like, you know, like me, I always wear black, something black on, because I feel like it looks good on me, and I love the solid. It's chic. Yeah. It's very chic, and it looks good on me, so I always wear that. Other people.
What about, if we're going to get into dress, we might as well bring up Bianca Censori, because you had it on your screen. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But you got me looking at naked. Kanye.
I'm sure sorry. She doesn't wear that every day. But at the Grammys,
whoa.
She did definitely. Let's say she wore her birthday suit.
You saw everything, folks.
Yeah.
You've seen it all. I mean, on the image, the regular image, media image, you see blurred, but you see BJ. I'm just saying, gentlemen, and some ladies out there, you may want to check it out.
And you know what's funny is when I saw it on the internet, I really thought that, like, the outfit was, like, blurred out with where her, you know, parts.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's actually the computer blocking that.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, wow, that's so clever.
It was
like
censored out, yeah.
But she actually, everything was see-through. Like,
now here we go. Carrie, we're coming to you. Carrie, I'm coming to you. Get that mic ready. That's what I look to see. You've been in Hollywood, I don't want to say the amount of years. This is not accepted. Would you, in all your years in Hollywood, would that have been accepted 10 years ago, even 5 years ago? What Bianca Censori was wearing there?
You know, I worked on movies where we did nude scenes that had on more clothes than that person did.
Right.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. We had to plug it. I'm sorry. Kanye's going to send a message and be like, "You're."
I was wondering when you were going to bring that up, because it's so funny.
Yeah, we used to talk about her all the time.
Like social media. Bam. Bianca's
to Bianca's father in Italy, and wherever you might be.
I thought you were talking about my father.
Tap. I tipped my. Hold on. I got my fedora for her father. Those of you may understand why. She's a beautiful girl, sir. Okay. Anyway, back into the game. So there is some hustle backlash, though. Millennials and Generation X, again, Zennials, whatever you want to, but they're calling Millennials and Generation X, grew up with the grind of mentality. You need to hit the hours. Nothing comes free. Literally, you have to work for it. Like you were saying a minute ago, Z-Dog, like you know how to look something up. So like you actually, like, now people just Google and assume that's the answer. We got it. Don't worry about it. It's totally that bad, but that's right.
Okay.
The grind, the grit and grind. Like people just put into Google and they just assume that's the answer, which really, like, or now even the AI, which actually they say, like, using AI is actually better than Google now, as long as you, and it does tell you where it gets this information from, but it actually, you can't pay for placement in AI yet. I'm sure eventually that'll change. But as of now, like, if you put information in there and you want to search, you're going to get what is there and not like sponsored ads or clickbait crap. You know what I mean? Because people, click, and it makes it up to the top. And it's fake news story that rises to the cream to the top, and it's really not any good.
Yeah, anyway. I really don't like look up facts from Google anymore, because I really don't. I mean, no offense to Google.
Well, I did try. I get the beta test. Beta test. Z-Dog like testing things for his mouth. So I get the test, and I was trying the new feature yesterday, and I was putting in me, and it knew it had income, how much value the show is. Which I don't make that much money, folks, that it says. But if you want to believe that, give me a call, especially if you're a sponsor. Anyway, so yeah, you have to. Nothing's free. You got to go to work. You got to get up and do what you got to do. Hard work equals success. Your parents taught you that. Obviously, you're here. That's what it is. We want to get you in for a song. Do you want to wait to end, move in, or you want to do a song soon?
No, I could do one. Whenever.
Yeah, we down. Yeah. Carrie, I think we're going to do I think Miss Bianca CSCA is going to do a song for us. What are you going to do and why?
I decided to sing a Carrie Underwood song because I thought when she sang at the inauguration a cappella, singing "God Bless America," flawless. It made me become more of a fan of hers. And I got to support you. You did it, and you are awesome for uniting America. And that was a good reason for your answer before.
Yeah.
And also, I also wanted to say, also this song goes out to the 3 lost military members in D.C.
And from the helicopter crash.
Yes, from the helicopter.
And the American people on American Airlines flight.
Yes, American Airlines
and Philadelphia.
I want to say, I'm dedicating this song to everyone.
Right. Let's dedicate this song to the world, to America. We have military conflicts going on overseas currently. We have so much stuff going on, so it's appropriate song. All right, let's do it.
Absolutely.
Let's cut the Bianca. Go for it, Carrie.
She was driving last Friday on her way to Cincinnati on a snow-white Christmas Eve. Going home to see her mommy and her daddy with the baby in the backseat. 50 miles to go and she's running low on faith and gasoline. It's been a long, hard year. She had a lot on her mind and she didn't pay attention. She was going way too fast. Before she knew, she was spinning on a thin black sheet of glass. She saw both the lights flashing before her eyes. She didn't even have time to cry. She was so scared. She threw her hands up in the air. Jesus, take the wheel, take it from my hands, 'cause I can't do this on my own. I'll let it go, so give me one more chance. Save me from this road I'm on. Jesus, take the wheel. It was still getting colder when she made it to the shore. She cried when she saw that baby in the backseat sleeping like a rock. For the first time in a long time, she bowed her head to pray. She said, I'm sorry for the rain. I've been living my life. I know I've got to change. So from now on tonight, Jesus, take the wheel, take it from my hands, 'cause I can do this all night long. I'll let it go, so give me one more chance, save me from this road I'm on. Jesus, take the wheel. Let it go, so give me one more chance. Save me from this road I'm on. From this road I'm on. Jesus, take the wheel. Oh, take it from me. Oh,
as usual. As usual.
Thank you.
There we go. Clap for everybody.
Aw.
What'd you think? That was your first time in studio here, Miss Bianca Singh. What'd you think?
I like
A lot of sound stuff here because she blows the mics out. We used to call it Dirty Mike. Remember that?
Yeah, dirty.
She would explode mics. Yeah.
You couldn't.
Thank
even
God we
hear
got a
my
sponsor.
high
He got us a
notes at
good
all.
one. Yeah.
Every time I went with the high note, it's like.
Yeah, you broke wine glasses and all that stuff. So that was a good song, lovely song, appreciate it.
I love it.
To our people out there, because we get when this ends up on our clips end up on social media, we get copyright infringements all the time. We are a real radio TV show. We have copyright privileges and license for everything. So quit hitting that copyright button because you're just wasting your time. Okay,
Yeah.
back into the game. Yeah, Gen Z, and I don't know what the dates are for Gen Z, but Gen Z sees the hustle culture as exploitative and emphasizing work smarter over work harder. Now, I got a point on that. In the military, we did have that philosophy, work smarter, not harder, but no one ever pushed for the relaxation part. Work smarter than harder so you actually could save that extra energy and that extra oomph that you had for something that actually required it. You know what I mean? If I want to say it, I don't know how to say it because it sounds like an oxymoron, but they did want us to work smarter. Not harder, but they didn't want us to be lazy. But the Gen Zers think it should be that way. Like in everything, it should be easier. That doesn't make sense.
It's unbelievable too, like around the younger generation, like when they start off a job and stuff, all of a sudden if they don't want to go to work, they just ghost them. Like all of a sudden
we had a dating episode on ghosts, yeah.
I mean, like in my generation, I mean, if you want to quit a job, at least give them a 2 weeks notice.
Actually, write that down. That's a good episode because have you ever heard of quiet quitting?
That's what they
and that's ghosting, like a quiet quit. But now there's a new one, like in your face quitting, and people getting fired on Zoom or quitting on Zoom and then posting it everywhere. That's a good top. Carrie, mark that down for a show topic.
You know, I've seen a video clip of somebody getting fired or quitting, but they made it into a song
with the marching band. The guy, I saw that. That was years ago.
So
this is great. It's not in the script, but we're good. We're gonna go with it. This guy was going to quit. He hated this job. I think it was like a hotel or something. Or he worked out.
I thought it was an office or something.
It was something big. It was like something big, but it was like. But he went into like from the downstairs.
Yeah.
He went in like the downstairs. Everybody went in. But he brought a full course band with him, a marching band to come in to quit. It's great. Oh God! If you're watching, whoever you are, reach out to the show. Eric@thehostilezone.com. We'd love to have you as a guest.
I might as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure he was probably part of the marching band.
Right. Who knows?
How would you get a marching band to come and say, yeah?
He literally, it was great. I mean, this was before everybody was playing this stuff on social media.
That's just my guess. If I'm wrong, oh well.
Yeah, oh well, but who cares if we're wrong? But Sonati gives you facts. So here's another fact. 70% of workers report feeling burned out, excessive workload, and expectation. I believe that is true. That is from Gallup, good poll, dated 2023. What's your thoughts on that? Do you have you ever felt like you've been pushed too hard? If you say one thing about being on this show, that you're fired.
I wasn't.
I knew she was going to say, "Hey, come here."
Actually, you guys are very good with me when I need my time off. Right. So.
Well, that's because Kerry and I fight behind the scenes. I can see Kerry. But you know, like I mean, I don't know. I guess there is an expectation to hustle.
Well,
and there's an expectation that you do have to have your own time.
With me, I mean, when I have a job, I kind of overdo my responsibilities. I'm always like the best employee, but then I go a little above and beyond.
But then you always get the slacker that sees that, and then they dump extra crap.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
I'd be like, I'm sorry, I don't fall for that. You can do your own job because I have enough things to do with my own job. I'm not doing your job for you. Thank you.
But that's truly what happens. I mean, and you know, I'm not in fact here notes, but I find this to be a problem. Our cell phone, because especially with me here with iHeart and everything and all the stuff where they call and the emails come into my phone. That's why we have several phone numbers and emails because you're working all the time, and because I'm on time zones. We were at some release party, and I had somebody from Dubai call my phone about the show, literally, and it was a good thing. We might be doing something there soon. But it was like 5:30 in the morning, and I was just leaving we were leaving this opening party. Mm-hmm. Remember that I interviewed somebody at the 42, and the phone went off?
Yes.
And I'm like, what is this? And because the time zone, but your phone locks you in. And I think that's another issue because people are putting extra work hours in and are they getting paid for it? Your boss like, I emailed you last night or I texted you, you didn't call me. Well, I'm sorry. I get off at such and such time. I went home. I have a wife and children and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, they're, again, double-sided penny or double-sided Benjamin, whatever it is.
But you got to like even it out because obviously you only pay me through certain times and that's it. Any email or phone call, I'd be like, can we talk about this on working hours because I'm with my family. You need to even that out too.
And you know what else? Emails, and I don't know if you've experienced that. You can't tell on a text or an email if somebody's really kidding and what the tone of the voice is and I get misinterpreted all the time just because I put up a different vibe. I actually don't mean to be like that, but somebody feel that I'm being abrasive, but I'm not. So I can't imagine when you're getting text. Oh, how about the older people? Don't worry, we're not talking about you, Carrie. The older people that send everything in caps because they don't want to do. I guess they say everything. Now you're laughing. I know because you don't want to do that.
Is she yelling at me?
You do that in the beginning. I'm like, I got so upset.
You're supposed to be yelling.
She sent me a message. I'm like, I think I pissed her off. Right there.
No, that's fine.
Hey, there was one day I just said, okay, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She told me, F it. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Carrie has been fired or quit more times than I can count. I fire and hang up on her, or she tells me, F you, I'm gone. Over and over again, but we love each other.
That's a love and hate relationship.
Listen, she's the best. I have to call back, and I'm usually the one on my hands and knees. I'm sorry, Carrie. I didn't really mean that. But what's funny in my notes was next, it's going to be about quiet quitting.
Okay.
So
good.
The rise of quiet quitting.
I didn't know this.
The rise of quiet quitting. Here's a new one. And again, I get my notes from what's trending.
Okay. Bare
minimum Mondays. Never heard of that before. Have you ever heard of that? I know lazy. I usually get lazy Friday when it was a 9-to-5 job. Working for the government, it's great too. You really don't work that hard to begin with.
Mondays you work.
I don't know. It was trending. I pulled up the numbers.
The least that way for the rest of the week you could just make it up.
That's an excuse.
I don't know. What is that?
I think that is equivalent, Miss Bianca.
Okay.
The bare minimum Monday and don't work so much on Friday. That's the same as the person that has a drinking problem and says it's 5 o'clock somewhere and they're drinking all the time. I think that's because bare minimum Monday. Well, then Tuesday you're like, well, it's hump day almost tomorrow, so I'm gonna get.
No, Wednesday is hump day.
But I'm saying hump day's coming, so you're like Tuesday. I'm softening into hump day, and then hump day. Then it's Thursday. Oh, tomorrow's Friday. I'm gonna cool down. When do you actually work then? I don't know. World's changing, And the reason is for the bare minimum Monday, according to trend that I'm reading, is you're easing back into the work week by doing as little as possible. I guess. If you're going to go with the fact that I just said that, that people are working on their phone all the time, and I think remote working from home has maybe created some problems too because people try to cheat a little and not work. I don't know. I guess it could be either way. But here's the thing. There is corporate pushback. They're not feeling that. Corporate America is like, I'm kind of done with this. Was it Amazon that said they were going to fire a bunch of people? Do you remember that? Because they're like, everybody's got to come back to work. I mean, I don't know. But here's the other thing. I know people that work remotely at home and their bosses want them to leave the camera on their thing. And actually, really funny story, not in my notes. And it was a politician, and I'm not going to say who. I want to say what party. But it was a woman, and she was in a legitimate, and I don't want to say what office she held, but it was a committee meeting. Okay. She had a cutout picture of herself in the chair. So the cat, and she left. And I guess the cat came in the room and knocked it over. I said, you can't make this up. You can't make it up. She paid the time that she put into getting this thing made. She could have done the committee meeting 4 times over.
What did you do? Put a tape recorder and just like, yeah.
I've done that before too. I've sat through plenty of meetings. And I always play tech. I'm like, oh, I lost my microphone. I lost my camera. Anyway, but it happens. But corporate America is pushing back, and I think ultimately we do pay for it because the money that is lost from the remote work that's not getting done and people that are quiet quitting and minimum Monday. Well, no CEO or no owner is going to give up some of their money. They're just going to raise the prices. So you're not helping anybody. Even if you are the person that's minimum Monday and you're doing all this stuff, you have to be purchasing products at somewhere else. And every product, folks, is connected to the next product. No matter what it is, it had to get there with a truck or a train or a plane, which had gasoline, which had somebody unload it, which had the power on for the lights. Somebody had to get a glass of water while they were working. Everything is connected, folks. So you when you're screwing your employer over by not doing anything on that day, you, sir or ma'am, are driving the prices up for not only you, America, but your family. There it is. I did my piece of the day.
Wow.
God bless America.
I
Vote
didn't
Sonati.
think that way.
Okay, there it was.
Wow.
So, but here it is. Factoid. Another factoid.
Okay.
Remote work actually has declined by 30% based on the productivity based on Forbes magazine 2024. But I think that here's the other thing. And again, what we were saying a minute ago, Z, COVID, and again, yeah, you can't say that because God forbid, thank God we're a radio show because we would get screened out for saying that, which if you put it on YouTube, that section will be blocked out. COVID, everybody was expecting something and then nobody ever went back to normal. I mean, like even like certain stores that used to be 24 hours. I don't want to say the name, but you know what I'm talking about, that big store. It used to be 24 hours. I used to love to go at night and get my groceries and crap like that. And then it was 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, they shut down. They never went back to normal. And then they're crying, why? And did you know we have an egg shortage? I just found this out. We have an egg shortage in America. And apparently they killed off chicken for some reason and we don't have enough eggs. I don't know. Just threw it in there, not in my notes. Maybe Carrie will find something to throw up on the screen. Put a chicken.
Part of that bird flu thing.
You do know about it? Tell us, what is it? Tell me, what is it? Because I did read that.
They found chicken somewhere that had that bird flu, and they destroyed a whole bunch of them.
They killed off. That's what it is. So they did kill off a bunch of chickens.
Yeah.
Not forethinking that we might not have enough eggs, and that kind of almost doubled the price of eggs.
What do you mean double? That's more than triple.
Is it really? All right. I don't do the food shopping. Thanks, Carrie, for embarrassing me on live radio and TV. I'm kidding.
Very well.
But I mean, no, honestly, and and I think
that was a great example.
Yeah, hit me up. Nah. In your face. But honestly,
that's
I
so
think
excellent.
Where is that? Do we have that? I forgot where it is. There it is. There it is. That was for a corny joke. But no, really, and then I just want to move off of this topic. But I think, like Gary said, it tripled. And honestly, I know the prices went up a lot, and I believe you on that. I think everybody followed suit with that. Milk and everything else went up because they're like, oh, well, the egg people can do it. Why not cheese? Why not this? Why not that? But one thing I did like during COVID, I had the best meat because nobody wanted to buy the Angus stuff, but I didn't care. I went in and bought steaks. I bought it all. That's the only thing you could find was the super expensive stuff, and I loved it. I loved it. I had a barbecue every day during that, and that's not. People died, and I'm not trying to be like that, but I'm saying I did buy the meat. Somebody had to buy it, and it was Angus. I'm not quite the barbecuer, but I tried. Anyway, so some see it necessary.
Somebody else cook it for you.
Yeah. So, I don't want to say to anybody that's did my grill for me, but some honestly mental health adjustment, while others see it as a slippery slope towards disengagement. There is a need for a mental health break, obviously. And that's what I said before with the phone. You're just working way too much. I'm overinvested because I have actual personal and financial investments in the show, in the radio station, but still, I need a little time for myself too. So I can't, but then when is it too much? And that's the slippery slope, I don't know. And here's the thing, can you truly afford to have a soft life? Probably not. Most people can't. That's why, diverting back to the influencer who was taking fake pictures in front of Louis Vuitton, because clearly she could not afford to do that, but she was pretending to. That's why I was saying he's going to try to open it. They promote the soft life, but they're actually working hard. But like we said in the beginning, we work very hard here as it is. Some people would just we talked about this yesterday, rather just go to work 9 to 5 and know I'm going to get this, but then I guess you're never climbing the pole. 80% of the entertainment industry, they hire people from well-connected backgrounds. And that comes from Variety Magazine in 2023. That kind of goes with, why work the hustle? Why work it? You're going to get the hookup because you're hanging out with so-and-so. Your father is so-and-so. Sonati Nation Radio. Whatever family member, hey, he owns the network on iHeart. I'm going to get the hookup because why do I need to work hard? So I don't know. It could go either way for anybody. Bottom line, I think there is a happy medium to everything. Right? There's a little bit for everything. Oh, there it is, middle ground in my notes. But we are coming close to a hard close, and my producer's screaming, coming up on the screen. So I have to scroll through my notes because I fell into another Sonati hole. 75% of successful entrepreneurs, there it is, work full-time jobs before and during launching their business. We talked about this yesterday. Because your first year, 2, 3, 4 years in business, you don't really make money. Most businesses fail within the first year. And if you make it through the first year, then chances are you're going to do well. When we started, I put, I took any money I made, I was putting it back. I would draw salary. So, I mean, that comes from Harvard Business Review. Shout out to Harvard. Harvard Business Review 2023. You have anything to add on that, Bianca? And then we're going to move into conclusion.
No, I agree with everything you just said.
No, you don't. You just want to end the show. Are you quiet quitting?
No.
You're doing a soft. You're doing a minimum Monday.
Don't sandbag me.
I sandbagged you. What is up? Did I sandbag? I sandbag. Hey, Zito, what do you think? Did you enjoy this episode?
Yeah.
You feel good? Yeah. Good. All right. So, folks, we appreciate you being here. So let me get into the exciting conclusion. The soft life versus the hustle. They're both extreme. Far left, far right, whatever it is. Everything's extreme. Politics, far left, far right, everything. So there's a happy middle. And there's a cultural divide. Some people are just, I wouldn't say genetically, but they're brought up into a very hard work life, very hard work ethic, all that stuff. So I guess it goes with you as the individual, what's good for you. But what are you saying to others that may want to invest in you? And I don't just mean putting money into your future. I mean, invest in you as an employee. What are you saying by your work ethic? And I'll say it again, but I say this all the time. Students that took my class, that 90% of success is how you present yourself and how you dress. Pay attention to what you wear. Pay attention to the little things, the watch, ring, different stuff, your haircut, because that opens the door for you, and how you speak, your vocabulary, and your interpersonal skills gets you the job. That's 90% of being successful. Now, the 10% is actually being able to do the job, and we'll get into that with this whole DEI stuff in another episode. At the end of the day, people are just saying it's time to do something because this isn't working. And people are crying over TikTok about to disappear. So I say people are going to commit suicide over that. And honestly, Dave, that is your income, and you're like an influencer and you're doing whatever, and they shut that down, you're out of work. So there's a divide. It's a generational divide. It's a cultural divide. For each his own, folks, or her own. January 20th, there's only two sexes. So each his own or her own, and that's it. Does that mean I no longer have to check off him, her, they, he?
To be honest, I never did that. So.
Right? What a question. Why does somebody filling out a form for something stupid? Why do I got to ask him or her? Unbelievable. Get me started. That's another show, folks. Mark that down. So bottom line is the truth. Success has never been easy. It's not going to come like that. You have to work hard. Nothing's just handed to you. Even if your father or mother's great and they gave you whatever, you could screw it up. There's a lot of people out there that we see that has happened to. Put forth the effort. Educate yourself. Knowledge and wisdom and your personality.
What's that saying? Like teach a man how to fish.
Teach. I love this one. Teach a man how to fish. He eats for a lifetime. Give him a rod and reel and fish for him. He eats today. I'd rather get the rod and reel and learn how to fish so I can feed my family forever. That's what you should do, folks. And if you're listening to the Hostile Zone or Eric A. Sonati Unplugged, then you know that that's the way to go, because you are investing in yourself and you're investing in your children and everybody else around you. With that said, any closing remarks, Ms. Bianca?
What I want to say is, no matter what, don't let people stop you from what your goals are. Just keep on going forward and tell yourself that you're awesome, and do your research and keep on hustling in order to get to your goal and your dream.
Yep. Zach, anything? Z-Dog? Feeling good, right? So, Sonati's call to action, as always, 360, 365. 180 degrees forward, 180 degrees behind you, 365 days a year. You need to keep your head on a swivel, folks, because something's going on always around you. So 180 forward, 180 backward, 365 days a year. Sonati's coin, I trademarked it. 360 times 365, because you know what? Danger doesn't sleep. Neither should you. Bottom line, we're going to bring this down to my historical quote, and then you're going to be getting the joke of the day. Historical quote for the closing. Opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. That's a great one. Opportunity is missed because most people, because it is dressed in overalls and looks like hard work. Thomas Edison, right out of New Jersey. Gotta love good old Thomas Edison. Funny joke of the day. Are you ready? Zach, lean into the mic. All right. Why don't influencers need a resume?
What?
Miss Bianca, give him the answer.
Because they already soft lifted their way into the job.
Soft lifted. Shout out. Don't go anywhere. Check us out every night. Hostile Zone. Eric at ericandrewsonati.com. The Hostile, Eric at thehostilezone.com. Check us out at iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google, Spotify, everywhere. We'll catch you next time. God bless America. We love you here. Bianca's going to close us out with honor, pride, and patriotism. How are you going to do that?
By singing the national anthem a cappella, of course.
There it is, folks.
The land that I love.
There it is. So take it away, Miss Bianca.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, get through the night, that our flag was still there.
And she's not going anywhere.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner